Insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Have you heard about this quote?
Yes.
Who knows who said this quote originally?
Einstein.
Correct. It was Albert Einstein who said this quote. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I was fortunate enough to get to know my grandfather. And back in those days, my grandfather was a successful businessman. Where the year 60, the year 70, and my grandfather was running a successful business of selling and servicing typewriters. He was such a successful businessman. Every new year, he bought another office, more modern cars on his fleet, extravagant holiday destinations. He was amazingly successful. He had nearly all the government organizations within the city under contract. He was servicing the police station. He was servicing the courts. He was servicing hospitals. Every public building in a city, you could be sure that they had a typewriter sold by my grandfather's company. You enjoy every day the sweet taste of success. And you're extremely successful with that what you are doing, selling and servicing typewriters. And then came the years 70, years 80, and a new technology entered the market. Suddenly, Xerox became a name, and brother. But my grandfather had friends among his customers, people he went to the golf court with. And some said them, if you also go into those laser printing things, I will have to tender the services. And at the same time, he reflected, I'm successful with what I'm doing. We're the best typewriter company in this country. Who's going to stop us? Does any one of you have a typewriter at home? Sadly. Neither do I. But at the same time, you're at a family company. Would you dare to speak up? Share your opinion against the patriarch? Even if you sense that laser printers are there to conquer the market and risk being disinherited and won't get any of the company left. At the same time, if you don't speak up and don't warn about the rise of laser printers, the company will go bankrupt and there won't be anything left to inherit. What are the lessons learned from this personal anecdote? Question yourself and your position in the market. If you have a product that's running well now, that does not mean that you have a product that will be running well tomorrow. You have the best typewriter company. If the market is asking for laser printers, you should take this market demand seriously. So, first lesson learned, question your position on the market. Second lesson learned, you can only please some of the people some of the time. Remember that golf friend from my grandfather. He said, if you go into laser printers, we'll have to tender our services. Obviously, he wasn't a fan of laser printers. But there was one customer. So be aware that you can only please some of the people some of the time. There will be people who won't agree with your decision. And that takes us to the third lesson learned. Be courageous to take decisions. If you take decisions, you take the risk of making mistakes. You take the risk of being disinherited by your grandfather. But at the same time, you take a decision, and the decision made, a mistake that you make, can be corrected afterwards. A decision that you do not take, this may haunt you forever. Third lesson learned, be courageous to take decisions. All of us are in a situation where we have to take decisions from time to time. Be it change our workplace, change the city where we live in, or change our social surroundings. I invite you to reflect, to ponder about your situation. Is this going to the future? Or am I perpetuating the past? Let's use the wisdom of those lessons learned to make our future better. Learn from the mistakes from the past and go towards a brighter future. May my lessons learned be with you, so you don't have to make the same mistakes again.